welcome to today's webinar, where we will discuss how to build sustainability into your plant-based processing through plate heat exchangers. My name is Sam Glover, and thank you for joining us today as we discuss plate heat exchanger opportunities within plant-based beverage process lines. First, a little bit about myself. I am Global Product Manager for Plate Heat Exchangers for SPXFLOW, and today I will be your technical host for this webinar. I've been with SPXFLOW for 7 years. It is my goal to cover plate heat exchanger opportunities within plant-based beverages and help you understand key factors in selecting the right plate heat exchangers for your process. A few housekeeping notes before we get started. As an audience member, you will not have audio or video capability. Please use the Q&A feature to submit any questions throughout the presentation, and I will answer as many as I can at the end. If we do not have time to answer them all, my contact information will be provided during the Q&A session during the last 10 minutes or so of this session. I would like to pause briefly to highlight our purpose as SPXFLOW across all our product lines. And that purpose is to improve the world through innovative and sustainable solutions. We can provide the customer dedicated lifecycle support of their entire plant, from raw material intake to mixing, from pasteurization to filling and freezing. Plant-based beverages, like all areas of food and beverage production, are looking at waste reduction, energy efficiency, and product integrity. Today, we will review plant-based beverages processed through the lens of plate heat exchanger technology. We'll start with the basics, talk about challenges in plant-based production pertaining to plate heat exchangers, talk through plate selection, a few points on service, and run through a few options available to you. So let's get started. Here's an example of a plant-based processing line. In this case, the raw material is oats. As you can see, the plate heat exchangers are located in front of the infusion chamber and the aseptic tank at the bottom of this graphic. However, while we are here, I want to highlight that SPXFLOW equipment can cover most of the processing steps. For some specific equipment that is not part of our portfolio, we have the right partners to supply a fully integrated line to meet your plant-based needs. We also have specialized testing centers that can test your formula or application to understand the most strategic path forward. Plant-based beverage operations, like all areas of food and beverage production, are focused on addressing several processing challenges. First is ensuring and maintaining product quality. This includes ensuring you have a product with great taste, flavor, and mouthfeel, and that it is a stable emulsification and has the intended viscosity, among other things. Another challenge is raw materials and processing costs. In addition to the base grains or nuts, other ingredients, including fortifying micronutrients that are very important to the final product's nutritional value and quality. Through the heat treating process, we want to maintain the integrity of these ingredients and minimize any losses. Finally, there are a number of other factors, including regulations, cleaning, sustainability, process flexibility, etc., that must be considered in the execution of effective plant-based beverage process. Plate heat exchangers play a pivotal role in the plant-based beverage process line. There are several potential functions: cooling, heating, condensing, and evaporation. This can be a part of the product process or even on the utility side of the operation. There are several options available to us to configure the plate heat exchanger to the needs of the application. We can do this through plate design choices, the number of plates used in the plate heat exchanger, or even the materials used. Whether they are large, high-capacity units or smaller lab-scale units, plate heat exchangers can exist in the operation as a standalone unit or as an integral part of a fully designed system. Demand for plant-based alternatives continues to rise. Production efficiency are crucial in meeting the businesses and consumer expectations. Plate heat exchangers excel at rapidly and uniformly heating or cooling plant-based beverages while preserving the quality of the product, all with energy efficiency in mind. The versatility of plate heat exchangers helps us aid an end user in finding a plate heat exchanger solution for their needs. From a sustainability perspective, plate heat exchangers can have a big impact on maximizing or optimize energy use. When designed with a regen section, plate heat exchangers can help recover more of the process heat that would otherwise be dissipated to the environment. Plate heat exchangers continue to be the most economical solution for recovering heat compared to, say, tubular heat exchangers. Plate heat exchangers also have notable thermal efficiency. This means getting the same heat transfer performance in a smaller footprint compared to other heat transfer options. In some applications utilizing a regeneration section in the unit, there have been significant energy savings and no water discharged to the sewer. In other applications, 90% regeneration enables huge energy savings with only 10% of the total heating or cooling needing to be provided and no cooling media such as city water being used or discarded. Considering product waste, as noted already, the thermal efficiency of the plate heat exchanger results in not just savings in floor space, but also a lower liquid holdup volume. The lower liquid holdup volume means less product will be wasted during shutdown and startup scenarios, which is relevant in managing raw material and processing costs, tying back to one of the challenges in the plant-based processing mentioned earlier. So summarizing, a regen section in a plate heat exchanger can generate significant energy savings for the end user. It's very important to work with a knowledgeable plate heat exchanger team to ensure the right options are considered and effective guidance provided based on your particular application needs. This is why our application engineering team and their decades of experience are so valuable to you as an end user. This team is experienced in listening to your needs and requirements, asking the right questions, and suggesting things that perhaps have not been considered. Our application engineers will perform the analysis needed to configure your plate heat exchanger solutions for your application. They will leverage our portfolio of plate and gasket models and identify a set of potential solutions or recommend the best choice for the situation. Many plant-based beverages contain suspended solids. In a plate heat exchanger, these solids can cause accelerated fouling on the plates if not addressed effectively in plate design. Fouling can lead to a reduced heat transfer rate or reduced performance, reduced throughput, and shorter runtime between cleaning. Here, we highlight two ways APV addresses this fouling through plate design. First, there's diagonal flow plates. These plates are better for fouling applications. They allow for more uniform velocity across the plate, avoiding the high fouling tendency on the low velocity side of a traditional vertical flow plate design, resulting in a more gentle heat treatment along the entire product path. Then we have medium or wide gap plates. These offer a better option than narrow gap plate designs. Medium or high gap plates enable APV plate heat exchangers to handle dissolved or suspended solids without concern for reduced throughput. Even with a well-designed plate heat exchanger, plant-based beverages with their suspended or dissolved solids will require more frequent cleaning than fluids without solids. The APV Easy Clip gaskets can help make servicing the plate pack easier. The press-in retention system requires no glue, so field service is simpler. Combined with the beveled edges, pressing the gaskets into place by hand is easy and can happen quickly on site, with gaskets staying in place and providing high sealing integrity. SPXFLOW has a number of manufacturing facilities around the world to support your projects and installations. 3 manufacturing locations, one in Wisconsin in the US, another in Bydgoszcz in Poland, and another in Shidu in China. We also have engineering offices in Goldsboro, North Carolina, and in Gettysville, New York. We welcome you to tour our factories or to visit us to collaborate on heat exchange solutions for your applications. As you may be aware, our team is sharing a full series of sustainable plant-based processing webinars representing how SPXFLOW can support you in every step of your process. In your communications materials, you should find links to past events and to the ability to register for future webinars of interest to you. Listed here are all the webinars planned with UHT, membrane filtration, CIP, and plant-based fermented products coming next. This ends today's presentation. I will now begin our question and answer session. Just a quick note, after we complete the webinar, all participants will receive a copy of this presentation. Please give me a moment while I pull up your questions. First question, does SPXFLOW have a plate heat exchanger specifically for plant-based beverages? So I will answer that question by saying no, that we don't have one specifically for plant-based beverages. However, there's a variety of options within our portfolio to address the needs of plant-based beverages. And our application engineers, as I've mentioned in the presentation, will work with you to identify the best solution. What I will highlight, however, is that probably the best option, again, as mentioned in the presentation, is a diagonal flow plate, which may mean our Vega family of plates, VO17, VO28, or perhaps the NR5. Okay, the next question, are there any new products that SPXFLOW has that would be helpful in plant-based production? One of the things that I will highlight is that we have a newly launched frame. It is the fast frame, and hopefully you've seen some of our advertising and marketing content on our website as well as in social media. But that particular frame, and again, that frame is for the VO17, which is one of our diagonal flow plates, as I mentioned. But it really makes the ability to access your plate pack a lot easier. That particular plate heat exchanger frame is a manual drive frame, and it opens and closes via a powered wrench, and it makes the plate pack compression is simultaneous and synchronous across the plate pack, making sure that you can access the plates pretty quickly. And in applications like plant-based beverages, where cleaning the plate pack will be important, that type of product can be quite helpful. The next question is, how should we connect with you to discuss a potential application? I think everyone will have access to my contact information in the webinar materials that you've received, and You can send an email with details of your application, and we can put you in contact with our application engineers, or you can contact our sales reps as perhaps you normally would for a traditional RFQ. Okay, I think we've covered all the questions. So again, thanks everyone for your time today. If you have any additional questions about plate heat exchangers, or how we can work with you on plant-based beverage applications, please don't hesitate to send those over to us. Also make note of the upcoming webinars and other ways that SPXFLOW can help address your plant-based beverage needs. So thanks everyone, take care, and we appreciate your time.